What is up, everybody? Look what we got here. Eggsplorer. Anyway, so that's what we're looking at today. The Eggsplorer from TDR. I remember this outfit. They made some quadcopters a few years ago. I think they had this thing, maybe it was called the Phoenix or something like that. It was this black and yellow thing, I think. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. All right, so let's get this thing out of the box and take a quick look at it. All right, here's everything out of the box, and there's not a lot in there. Okay, you got a little screwdriver, like you always get. You get a little charger, manual, spare props, the little peanut controller, and the thing is, this one here, I think, does the flips or the rates, and this one's the flips. It's one way or the other. One of them's the flips, one of them's the rates. Other than that, that's about it. And then here's the quad itself, and then we're gonna pop it open. You do that by hitting the bottom little button right there, and that'll expand it out. So, and it doesn't have a camera, thank goodness, so I don't have to hook all that crap up and get the app. But there it is right there. I don't know what the significance of that 75 is, but makes it look like spaceship-ish, you know. So it's the Explorer. It's exploring space. Anyway, so yeah, this is going to be a great toy drone. Now listen, I looked everywhere online for information about the size of the battery, and I have not been able to find anything about the size of the battery. But I'm going to guess, I'm going to take a wild guess and say this is probably going to be like a 180 or something milliamp hour, something like 200 top. That would be top, would be a 200. And I would say you're probably looking at 4 to 5 minutes of the flight time. So maybe we'll get surprised, right? Maybe we'll get surprised. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off over here in the kitchen just to spin it around a little bit. And then I'll take it out there in the parking lot there, and we'll take it out and fly it around outside for a minute. I mean, I'm not going to go up to the shopping center there, and because, you know, this thing ain't going to have that kind of range. But at least we'll see if it works, right? It's got those solid core motors right there, you know, brushed motors. So, yeah, so that'll get you 50 flights before they crap out. So, yeah, let's just turn it around and take off here and see what happens. So we're going to turn on the power, which is the bottom button right there. And that's going to all light up. And we're going to turn on the transmitter, which is right here. So that already bound up. It did it itself. You didn't need to do the up and down on the, you didn't need to do the up and down on the transmitter to do it. It just bound itself. And let's see if there's any calibrating going on. There it is. Down and to the left was the level calibration. Down there and down to the left. And then we'll just take off. And then I crashed. Okay. No big deal. Okay. Let's do another level calibration. And the takeoff button is, oh, sorry. The takeoff button is this one right here. Let's try that again. Okay, so there's another. I don't know which way the orientation is. I'm pressing the stick one way and it's going the other way because I don't know where the head is. I don't know where forward is on this thing. Okay. So that's actually what's going on here is I don't know which way front is. Okay, so we did another level calibration. We're going to take off and try to figure this out. Okay, so let me go with, I'm going to go with the battery port as front. And we'll see if that works. Nope. Okay. So the battery port is the back, actually. So now I gotta figure it out. That was almost a crash. I grazed the wall over there. Okay, so that works. So now we know which way the head is, so I'll be able to actually go outside and fly it now. All right. Of course, you knew that was going to happen. So I'll tell you what, let me charge it back up and let's take it outside and fly it, and that way we'll test the battery. All right, guys, I'm out here with this egg, okay? And we're going to try and fly it a little bit. I'm not making no guarantees, okay? Guarantees are not happening, because you know how these things are when you go outside. You know, you get 1 mile an hour of wind and it's all over. So we're gonna try it. At least we know which way it's going forward now. So at least I could steer it, right? And we're gonna check out the flight time on it. Check out a couple of flips. Yeah, it steers fine if you know which way you're going. Okay, once you get that part figured out, you're in good shape. Oh, I'm starting to cook. I want to walk over here into the shade a little bit. Oh, mercy. So every time you do a flip on it, it seems like it wants to take off. I'll put the little clock in there, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I don't feel like it. Who knows? But I will let you know how long the battery lasted. I will go that far, at least. Uh-oh. Since I lost the head on it. It's still running. See, that's the thing about this. You can't tell which way's forward, man. Once it gets a few feet away from you, I mean, you're SOL trying to figure out what the forward position is. I mean, you could go, I guess you could put it in the headless mode, but I don't like that. You know, I'm not a big fan of the headless mode thing, you know. It flies fine, you know, as long as you know which way you're going. If I wouldn't have been trying to do those funnels, I would have never lost my orientation. Let me take that. I put the headless mode on, and right away I regretted it, okay? Because it didn't want to do the input I wanted, so I just turned it off. Headless mode is no go for me. Just don't like it. When you don't know how to fly quadcopters, when you're first starting out, the headless mode helps. Just till you can get the muscle memory of working the sticks. But once you know how to actually steer these things, the headless mode is awful. Absolutely terrible. So already I'm surprised at how long this battery's lasting. Let me see what kind of range I can get. That's pretty decent over there. Wow, that's pretty good. You see I'm not high. Yeah, that's like 50 feet right there. Heck yeah, that's pretty decent. It's an egg. Is that light flashing in there? I don't know what kind of low battery warning it's going to give you. I'm just trying to trim it a little bit. It's actually working. The trimming is working. So you see the battery charge port is the back. It's landing. The battery is dying. I think. It seems to be very sluggish now on the controls. Yeah, it's not flipping anymore, so now we're into the danger zone. Well, it's not going to flip. The power is running low, and it could either take off on you, fly away. I mean, this is when these kind of things happen, is when the battery runs low on some toy quadcopters. I've had all kinds of crazy things happen once the battery goes low. All right, guys, there you go, the egg. The return of the egg. Let me check this motor, and it's pretty warm, believe it or not. So, hey, you know what? I was very impressed with the flight of this thing, and I can see the battery inside of there. Wow, the manufacture date on this battery is July 10th, 2017. It doesn't tell you the size, but it tells you the manufacture date. Wow. So that thing sat in there for 4 years, almost to the day. I think today is July 10th, actually. So it sat in there like 4 years to the day before it ever was charged up to be used. And it's still hung. Doesn't look like it's swollen at all either, so all right, looks good. All right, guys, that's it for the egg.